Hello, hello. Today is the 1st of September, 2023. Nice to have you guys with us. Hashed out Daily Crypto News with Cryptopolitan. I'm your host, Bill Cripe. If you want to read about the top crypto tweets of the day or the best Twitter threads of the day, or even the best crypto memes of the day for August the 31st, check out cryptopolitan.com for that. We're going to start out with the news here with Off-Chain Labs launches Arbitrum Stylus to expand smart contract development on Ethereum's Layer 2 network. Off-Chain Labs has introduced Arbitrum Stylus, a tool that expands the range of programming languages available for smart contract development on Ethereum's Layer 2, including languages like Rust, C, and C++. The tool promises interoperability between different coding languages and significant cost reductions in computational tasks, enabled through a dual virtual machine setup. The code and testnet for Arbitrum Stylus are publicly available, and Off-Chain Labs is actively seeking community feedback for future developments, including the possibility of adding more programming languages to further reduce fees. WebAssembly accepted. I wonder if they'll add Python. According to Off-Chain Labs, this could potentially bring over 3 million Rust and C developers into the Ethereum smart contract ecosystem, which has largely been dominated by approximately 20,000 Solidity developers. That is true. Stephen Goldfeder, CEO and co-founder of Off-Chain Labs, emphasized the importance of building an inclusive developer community. Growing and building the most inclusive developer community is incredibly important to us, Goldfeder said. He further noted that the wider language support and improved efficiency of Stylus could benefit projects in areas like social media or gaming that require high computational power. That makes sense. For instance, a video game company that has already invested in C++ talent would find it easier to transition to blockchain technology. Binance Pool unveils Ordinal's inscription service, revolutionizing data storage on Bitcoin blockchain. Binance Pool recently launched its Ordinal's inscription service. The Ordinal's inscription service allows users to inscribe additional data directly onto individual Satoshis, the smallest unit of Bitcoin, thereby creating unique digital artifacts that are securely stored on the Bitcoin blockchain. Binance Pool, a leading player in the Bitcoin mining sector, recently launched its Ordinal's inscription service. The Ordinals protocol, which gained prominence earlier this year, has been instrumental in enabling the creation of BRC20 tokens and non-fungible tokens on the Bitcoin network. The Ordinals inscription service takes this a step further by offering 3 types of inscriptions: BRC20, single image, and text. To avail of this service, users must complete Binance's Know Your Customer verification process and possess a taproot address, also known as P2TR or BECH32M. This address format is the most recent and advanced in the Bitcoin ecosystem, characterized by its BC1P prefix and supported by multiple Bitcoin wallets. Interesting. We'll see how that goes. I'm still not sure how ordinals are going to do on Binance. Hi, Binance user 3F778. Nice to have you with us. Lufthansa Airlines mind-blowing NFT loyalty program. Lufthansa, a prominent European airline group, has taken a bold step into the world of blockchain technology by introducing a non-fungible token loyalty program on the Polygon network. The UpTrip app empowers passengers to convert their conventional boarding passes into valuable NFT trading cards, which can subsequently be used to unlock a spectrum of exciting rewards. Maybe I should fly Lufthansa more often. Sounds interesting. The announcement of UpTrip has elicited remarkable interest from the public. Christopher Siglock, the head of program development at Miles & More, highlighted the substantial attention the initiative has garnered. Impressively, over 20,000 individuals have already signed up for the program, resulting in the minting of more than 200,000 NFT trading cards. This venture into blockchain technology and NFTs represents a continuation of Lufthansa's exploration of new horizons. Earlier this year, the airline group expressed its curiosity about integrating Web3 technologies into its operations. Johannes Walter from Lufthansa Group discussed the potential of decentralization and tokenization to introduce fresh business models, underscoring the company's forward-thinking approach. Fascinating. Why is the crypto market down today? September worries build up. That's from last evening. So crypto markets fall, losing all the gains from the favorable Grayscale court verdict. Core PCE data has shaken up digital asset markets. Core PCE in July rose 4.2% year over year, up from a 4.1% annual rate recorded in June, but in line with analysts' expectations. NFT markets have started to show signs of recovery after a dead silence in the last few months. Interesting. So the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index currently is at 52, which is not too bad. We'll look at coins after we're done looking at the news. Hi, Pranab007. Nice to have you with us again. PancakeSwap expands to base network, aiming for faster and cheaper transactions. PancakeSwap, the second largest decentralized exchange, has launched on Base Network on Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution developed by Coinbase and Optimism. As part of its multi-chain expansion strategy, Base Network uses Upstack technology to offer faster transactions and lower gas fees, and has already shown competitive performance against other Layer 2 networks like Arbitrum and Optimism in terms of daily transaction counts. The integration is expected to boost liquidity and activity for PancakeSwap as well as the Base Network, and could set a precedent for other decentralized exchanges to adopt Layer 2 solutions, thereby enhancing the overall DeFi ecosystem. There's an interesting transaction count on optimistic rollups here. It's like Base is this turquoise one, Optimism is the red one, Arbitrum is this blue one. Then we can see like Base just going up, then back down under Arbitrum, in between Arbitrum and Optimism. That's interesting. Grayscale CEO unsure about a spot Bitcoin ETF refiling despite a huge win against the SEC. Grayscale Investments CEO Michael Sonnenschein has expressed uncertainty about whether the company needs to refile its application with SEC to convert its GBTC product into a spot Bitcoin ETF. Sonnenschein, in an interview with Bloomberg Television, stated that the company would need to wait for the final operational procedures outlined in the court's mandate before deciding on a potential reapplication. While market sentiment seems more confident in the possibility of conversion, there's still an air of caution. So he doesn't know if that would actually work, even if they reapplied. Swift and Chainlink team up to unlock the future of tokenized assets. Some details. Swift successfully conducted experiments demonstrating its ability to facilitate the transfer of tokenized assets across multiple public and private blockchains, aiming to reduce operational challenges and costs for financial institutions. The experiments involved collaboration with major financial institutions and Chainlink, a Web3 services platform. Various transfer scenarios were tested, addressing concerns related to data privacy, governance, operational risk, and legal compliance. The successful tests build on Swift's earlier work with central bank digital currencies and are expected to accelerate the adoption of tokenized assets, particularly in the secondary trading of non-listed assets and private markets. We'll see how that goes. Nearly $16 million in crypto lost to hacks in August. That's quite a lot. In the month of August, a total of $15.8 million in cryptocurrencies fell victim to various hacks and exploits, marking a notable reduction from the previous month's losses. The attacks primarily targeted decentralized finance protocols, with no reported incidents affecting centralized financial entities. Prominent among the losses is the exact protocol hack that transpired on August the 18th, which saw malicious actors pilfering 4,323.6 Ether, equivalent to around $7.2 million from users' deposits, using a malicious deposit contract. So far in 2023, users have lost an estimated $1.25 billion to such incidents like hacks and fraudulent activities. Reflecting on previous incidents, the report referenced a malicious flash loan attack that targeted the DeFi protocol Euler Finance in March, resulting in losses of $195 million. Interestingly, the hacker responsible for this breach returned over 90% of the stolen assets less than a month later, prompted by the developers' threats of legal action. This whole market's kind of strange when it comes to this sort of thing. Bitcoin holdings on exchanges continue to decline drastically. Bitcoin held on crypto exchanges has continued to witness a massive decline. Implications for custodianship and investor confidence. CryptoQuant report shows a 4% decline in BTC holdings. Implications for custodianship. The changing dynamics suggest that exchanges might need to explore new business models to sustain profitability and relevance. Matrixport, for example, joined Clearloop to offer institutional clients an off-exchange settlement option. The transition away from centralized exchanges has also been influenced by past incidents, such as the downfall of FTX led by SBF in November of the previous year. The commingling of user funds and FTX dented investor confidence, leading many to opt for self-custody solutions. The findings of PricewaterhouseCoopers' annual Global Crypto Hedge Fund report indicated that most industry players now prefer diverse forms of custody. Only 9% of respondents admitted to exclusively leaving coins on exchanges. The report revealed a clear preference among various hedge fund strategies for third-party custodians. Notably, funds employing market-neutral discretionary long-only strategies, as well as quantitative long-short and discretionary long-short strategies, favored third-party custody. Among these strategies, those focused on long-only holdings maintained the lowest volume of coins on exchanges, both in commingled and segregated accounts. The decline in Bitcoin holdings on centralized exchanges can be interpreted in multiple ways. On one hand, it suggests that investors are increasingly opting for direct custody of their Bitcoins, indicating a long-term commitment to the assets and confidence in their future value appreciation. This interpretation aligns with the bullish sentiment prevalent in the cryptocurrency market. Interesting. Swift records success in blockchain interoperability tests. We talked about them doing that. Swift has recorded success in its latest blockchain interoperability test featuring 10 banks, advancing tokenization through cross-chain communication. And those banks are including Citibank, BNP Paribas, and BNY Mellon. And the tests were successful. Fascinating. Robinhood takes 5th spot in Ethereum holdings. We saw this yesterday. Wait. No, yesterday we were looking at, I believe, Bitcoin. Robinhood has moved up to the 5th position in terms of its Ethereum holdings. The company reveals plans to expand its wallet offering. Wow. Okay, $2.5 billion in Ethereum. Because it holds it for their clients. Oh, hi, MCSK 293, Mard JDZ user BCCA6 and Evil Zero, and Al Hashmi 844. Hi guys, nice to have you guys with us. So if you're just joining now, we're looking at crypto news for today. Don't hesitate to subscribe to get notifications when we go live with crypto news. Other days, this is a daily kind of show. Brazilian football legend Ronaldinho denies involvement in alleged cryptocurrency scheme during legislative hearing. That's ongoing, so we'll see how that goes. UBS makes profit history with Credit Suisse takeover. We saw them take it over a few months ago. All right, how's it doing? The Swiss financial mammoth has proudly marked its territory by reporting an astonishing $29 billion quarterly profit. The monumental gain is tethered to its acquisition of Credit Suisse, demonstrating the high stakes and returns of the banking world. Wow. The massive boost eclipsed the previous record held by JP Morgan, which reported a $14.3 billion profit at 2021's onset. However, peeling back the takeover layer reveals a more modest $1.1 billion pre-tax profit for UBS. The merger isn't merely a testament to the company's financial prowess, it's a culmination of intricate strategies and decisions. Credit Suisse's domestic division will function independently until its legal fusion with UBS next year. By 2025, the integration is expected to be seamless, with plans to wind down Credit Suisse's domestic sponsorships in motion. Yet the unification of their international sectors is already under the spotlight, with customers pulling out a hefty SFR 39BN, so like 39 billion Swiss francs. Credit Suisse reported a 9.3 billion Swiss franc or $10.6 billion pre-tax blow for the second quarter. Fascinating. China's president is ditching the G20. China's President Xi Jinping is notably skipping the G20 summit in New Delhi. Instead, Premier Li Qiang will represent China during the September event. Xi's absence might undermine India's attempts to spotlight its growing global influence. Yeah, there's a lot going on with the G20. And what's funny is a lot of the countries that aren't doing well diplomatically for the G20 were just at the BRICS summit and acting like they're friends. It's hilarious. Hi, Money Ruzaman, 1998. Nice to have you with us. Europe's core inflation dips before critical ECB call. This is what we were looking for. Europe's core inflation shows a decline, posing challenges for the European Central Bank. Overall inflation remains steady at 5.3% up to August, but core inflation cooled. Investors show less optimism for another ECB interest rate hike, influencing euro and bond yields. What was the core? Overall inflation steady at 5.3%. Core inflation, that meticulous number minus energy and food prices, saw a subtle cool down. So food and energy went up in price over the last month. So from last year, the benchmark deposit rate leaped from a negative 0.5% to a whopping 3.75%. So that's made it interesting. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Germany's retail landscape experienced unexpected tremors, with sales dropping 0.8% in July compared to the previous month. The silver lining, Eurostat's data showcases a mere 73,000 rise in unemployed individuals in July from June. So the unemployment rate, refusing to budge, stood tall at a commendably low 6.4%. For the US, 6.4% is huge, but for Germany, that's quite all right. Top China banks slash deposit rates. Will it help, though? Will anything help at this point? It's a structural change that's happening right now. China's banking giants, from the renowned Industrial and Commercial Bank of China to the China Construction Bank Corp and Agricultural Bank of China, made a decisive move. These institutions collectively sliced their deposit rates from 5 to 25 basis points, as revealed by their respective official channels. What prompted this move? Well, insiders had already whispered earlier in the week about state-run banks mulling over deposit rate cuts. The reason? A prelude to diminished interest rates on existing mortgages, which seems to be China's game plan to breathe life into the debt-riddled property sector. From September 25th, the greenhorn homebuyers with mortgages can knock on the doors of their respective banks to seek a more palatable interest rate for their standing loans. A joint announcement by China's central bank and financial overseer heralded this. Yeah, that might help, or it might cause other problems. Bitwise unexpectedly withdraws Bitcoin and Ethereum market cap strategy ETF application. So Bitwise has withdrawn its application for a Bitcoin and Ethereum market cap strategy ETF, a move that contradicts recent bullish statements from the company's chief investment officer. This is not the first time Bitwise has withdrawn an ETF application, raising questions about the company's long-term strategy in the rapidly evolving cryptocurrency investment landscape. Strange. Why would they withdraw? Did something go wrong? Binance Labs unveils Collabs, an exclusive Web3 investment community to foster innovation. Collabs, that's funny. Binance Labs has launched Collabs, an exclusive community that acts as a launchpad for Web3 startups, providing them with resources, mentorship, and networking opportunities. Despite legal challenges, the introduction of Collabs signifies Binance Labs' commitment to breaking conventional boundaries and catalyzing innovation in the Web3 space. That is pretty fascinating, actually. Let's see. OKCoin Japan announces support for Shiba Inu on the Polygon network. Before we get into that, hey, Dre Crypto and Thorfinally, nice to have you guys with us. OKCoin Japan is set to list Shiba Inu tokens based on the Polygon protocol starting September 7th, making it easier for both retail and institutional investors to trade the meme coin. The listing follows the successful relaunch of Shibarium, Shiba Inu's Layer 2 scaling solution, and marks a significant milestone in the meme coin's efforts to extend its reach in the Web3 ecosystem. Had a lot of news about Japan in the last few days. The Royal Bank of Canada forecasts cautious approach by Federal Reserve on CBDCs. The Royal Bank of Canada analyst Atul Bhatia predicts that the U.S. Federal Reserve will adopt a cautious, incremental approach to the development of a central bank digital currency, focusing on enhancing existing systems rather than a complete overhaul. Bhatia highlights the potential efficiencies a digital dollar could bring, such as streamlined transactions, but also points out significant security, privacy, and governance concerns that could outweigh the benefits. Bhatia's analysis aligns with a broader global trend of cautious CBDC implementation, suggesting that the U.S. Federal Reserve's approach could serve as a model for other countries grappling with the complexities of digital currencies. So that's the Royal Bank of Canada's analysis of the Fed, the U.S. Fed. That's interesting. China's central bank to cut reserve ratio for foreign exchange deposits. China's central bank plans to reduce mandatory foreign currency reserves amid a 5% decline in the renminbi against the US dollar in 2023. China policymakers have accelerated the introduction of new measures to bolster the country's currency and economy, focusing on the property sector. The People's Bank of China will reduce banks' foreign exchange reserve requirement from 6% to 4% effective September 15th. Interesting. Crypto exchange OKX sets sights on India despite regulatory hurdles. Crypto exchange OKX has announced plans to enter the Indian market, aiming to leverage the country's developer community to expand its wallet services and explore Web3 applications. Despite the lack of clear regulations on cryptocurrencies in India, OKX is optimistic about its growth prospects. The company already has around 200,000 wallet users in India, accounting for about 5% of the country's Web3 users. So there aren't actually that many Web3 users in India percentage-wise. That's interesting. That's a market that needs to grow. So yeah, OKX looking to make a bold entry into the Indian market. It's pretty fascinating. See how that goes. Crypto donations pour in to aid Maui wildfire victims, led by Oprah and The Rock. The crypto community has come together to support the Maui community as it recovers from the devastating wildfires that broke out on the island in early August 2023. The fires ravaged over 2,500 acres of land, causing significant damage to properties and resulting in personal losses. By allowing individuals to make decisions for themselves and their families, the People's Fund of Maui aims to restore a sense of agency and normalcy to the lives of those affected by the wildfires. So if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Oprah being part of that, actually starting that fund, it seems. What sets the People's Fund of Maui apart is its acceptance of donations in both fiat currency and various cryptocurrencies. In addition to traditional fiat donations from around the world, the fund has opened its doors to Bitcoin, Ether, Dogecoin, and numerous other digital currencies. I hope they help a lot of people. Um, Nexo debuts dual function MasterCard for European citizens. Nexo has introduced a unique MasterCard for European Economic Area residents, featuring both debit and credit functionalities. The card offers up to 9% annual interest on stored balances and up to 2% cashback on credit lines. The company faces regulatory challenges, particularly in its home country of Bulgaria, where it has been scrutinized for alleged legal violations. Despite this, the card is EEA exclusive and adheres to Know Your Customer regulations. Nexo, a Bulgaria-based decentralized lending platform, has unveiled a MasterCard offering both debit and credit functionalities exclusively for the European Economic Area. That's fascinating. I should look into that. Switzerland's inflation below 2% as decision to raise borrowing costs looms. Switzerland's inflation rate in August remained at 1.6% compared to the previous year, consistent with the previous months. For 3 consecutive months, Switzerland's headline inflation has stayed below the Swiss National Bank's target ceiling of 2%. That's crazy. They're like the only ones doing really well with their inflation. That's actually insane to me. That's less than 2%. That's really, really good right now. Hi, Binance user 4C95E, Supayman, and Anonymous 0001. Nice to have you guys with us. All right, let's take a look at the current situation on the market. Let's see what's going on. I actually covered the news quite quickly today, which is a surprise. So Bitcoin is down to $26,035.05, down 4.15% since yesterday, down 0.57% over the last 7 days. So all the gains made in the last few days have just vanished, and you can see it on the graph where it just like spiked, went down a little bit, and then crashed back to where it was. And you can almost draw a straight line between where it was before and where it is now. That was such a strange like jump for a few days there. Ethereum at $1,644.77, down 3.59% in the last 24 hours, down almost 1% in the last 7 days. BNB at $214.83, down 3.75% in the last 24 hours, down over 1% in the last 7 days. XRP at 50 cents 71, down 3.26% in the last day, down 2.08% in the last 7 days. ADA for Cardano at 25 cents 78, down almost 2% today, down 2.26% in the last 7 days. Dogecoin down 3.66% today, but up 2.13% for the last 7 days, is sitting at 6 cents 392. Solana is at $19.79, down 4.65% in the last day, down 4.75% in the last week. Let's go into the biggest winners and losers. Biggest winner right now is Toncoin at almost 5% up today, up 25% in the last 7 days to $1.78. Then we have ASTR from Astar, up 2.28% in the last 24 hours, down 7.63% in the last 7 days. Tron's TRX is up 1.81%. So everything else is up 1 point. Actually, I'll do the next three because after that it's under 1%. And it doesn't seem fair because the others are pretty close to Tron in that sense. So like I said, Tron is at 7 cents 74, up 1.79% in the last 24 hours. Rune on Thorchain is up 1.62% in the last 24 hours, up 2.72% in the last 7 days to $1.57. And then the last one who's up more than 1% in the last 24 hours is IOTA, up 1.56% in the last 24 hours, up 12.50% in the last 7 days to 16 cents 38. And let's look at the biggest losers. By the way, the fear and greed index is at 35 for cryptocurrencies in general today. It's not great. It's definitely in the fear. It's not in the red, but it's definitely in the orange. Biggest losers today, we have KCS, the Qcoin token, 844% down in the last day, 13.51% down last 7 days to a price of $3.93. Haiminu Fafa Artoria and Yelinza 123. Nice to have you with us. Let's see. Yeah, I'm only going to read the ones that are down 6% or more, because otherwise it would take me a while. Stacks down 8.15% in the last 24 hours, 2.54% up in the last 7 days, to 48 cents 28. Phantoms FTM, 6.54% down in the last day, 4% down in the last 7 days to 20 cents 03. Optimism at $1.38, down 6.01% in the last day, 7.62% down in the last 7 days. Renders RNDR is down 5.54% in the last day, 7.93% down in the last 7 days to $1.35. There you go. That's today's news there. Could look at exchanges really quickly and see who's doing the most trading volume today. Of course, Binance number one. Top Credit Int, Bitforex, Bika, Bitspray. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on there. The trading volume is actually pretty high for the last 2 days, but I mean, that makes sense because people were buying and selling in the last 3 days. So a lot of sells there. And then there's a dip. Not as much trading today as there was. A lot of people made trading decisions in the last few days. All right. Hey guys. Thanks for hopping on and being with us today. Have a great, solid weekend. We actually didn't cover a lot today, but what we did cover was interesting and could have long-term effects on the market. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for jumping on. Don't forget to subscribe. If you subscribe, you get notifications when we go live. And amongst other things, we do like some analysis of like political debates in the US to see what kind of economic policies would have, what kind of effects economic policies of different candidates would have on crypto, as well as this daily crypto news show based on Cryptopolitan's news offering. Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. See you guys. Bye.